gluten-free grilled cheese today with tomato soup. And it's not only going to be just any gluten-free grilled cheese, it's going to be the best one you ever had because I have all the secrets. So, let's just jump right into it, okay? So I got my Instapot as a wedding gift, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it on my own. I really try to keep as many gizmos and gadgets in the kitchen down to a minimum, just because literally, like, what you see is what you get. This is all the space I have. I'm trying to think of what I have. I've mentioned before in another video that I don't even have a toaster, just because I can't really find a spot to put it, especially because I have the Instapot now. We're actually going to be using a couple appliances in this video. I have my Vitamix that I got maybe 5 years ago, and then I have my Instapot that we're going to be using. I got the Instapot as a wedding gift, otherwise I never would have bought it on my own, but I actually really like it a lot just because we do a lot of meal prep in the house, and the space is so limited in the kitchen. Primarily I use it for a rice cooker and making soup, but we make a ton of rice here just because I do try to eat as gluten-free as possible. And we just try to make as much of our food as possible at the house just to save money. It can be a huge pain in the ass to make all of your own food. So what's going to go into this tomato soup? I got some olive oil. I have some tomato paste. I'm going to use the nice can of diced tomatoes. I must have gotten this on sale because it's organic. I got some thyme. I have beef broth. I have a bay leaf. I have parsley. I have garlic. It's going to be a very garlicky. Then the salt and the pepper. I'm going to be using this onion that I had in the fridge. It's a red onion. Also, you may have noticed in some of my videos, I've been using plastic bags to keep some of my produce in it. I understand with the new plastic feelings that are coming along, this isn't the most eco-responsible way to do it. I'm gonna get shredded on the internet for using these plastic bags if I keep it up. I am interested, or I got some of the stuff to try to make my own wax wraps at home. I'm going to be making a video out of that. If you've seen them online, if you've seen commercials for pre-made versions of the fabric wax wraps on maybe your social media, they're all the rage right now. And you can probably get 5 of them for $30, which I think is pretty expensive considering the fact that it's beeswax and a piece of fabric. So, I have a piece of fabric and it's very wax wraps looky. Got it in the discount bin at the local fabric store. It's 100% cotton. I got some beeswax, which I was pretty surprised. I was pretty surprised that I got this pan going. I was pretty surprised at how much this beeswax costs. I think it was $15, and this piece of fabric is $5. Maybe it was even $3. We'll see how it goes. But that's a video I'm going to make where I am going to be attempting to be a little less wasteful and make my own wraps. Yeah, I know, it's in a plastic bag. I single-handedly killed the ocean. We're only going to try to make ourselves better. That's all anybody can do. Let's go from there. Tomatoes. Something I would like to kind of point out about canned stuff is that you should probably just give the tops a little bit of a wash, just because of nothing against companies or stores or, no one's the bad guy. I'm just saying in warehouses of food, there's rats, and rats go to the bathroom, and often it's on the tops of the cans because they're running across the tops of the cans, and their little feet carry little mousy doo-doos. So just give these a little bit of a rinse on the top, just so when you're opening them up, you're not putting the outside stuff inside and into the meal we're going to make. You're going to watch some real magic happen when we add this beef to these sauteing onions and garlic. Because see how we have all this brown on the bottom and we have this nice rolling simmer? It's hot, but it's not going to make everything jump up out of the pan when we add the beef broth. Perhaps now I would want to... Sorry, I'm changing channels. This is thyme. I'd like to add it in and let the oil and the butter kind of saute the herbs just to bring out the flavor. I always see in Indian cooking, they'll saute the herbs with some butter or oil before they add everything else. And this is looking good. Real quick. I didn't add the beef stock all at once so not to kill this rolling simmer. I just don't want to cool it down too fast. And see how all that brown lifts off the bottom of the pan? It's because it mixed back in with the beef stock we added. Now I'll add the rest. Beef is a wonderful accompaniment of tomatoes, just as tomatoes are a wonderful accompaniment to beef. Also, I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar. I just thought of this now. I didn't mention it. Just a little bit. This is all done. I'm going to be adding everything to the blender now. I bought this Vitamix maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I went on a little bit of a payment plan for it. It's whatever one was the base model 4 years ago. I can't imagine what else you would do with it other than just puree the crap out of something, but apparently there's all these different settings and features. This just works just fine. With how many blenders you would buy over a lifetime, wouldn't you rather just have one and be done? I would. The snow's melting outside. If this tomato soup stuff is too much work for you, just get a can of tomato soup and make the grilled cheese. There's a lot of sweetness to the tomato paste itself, but like I said, we're just going to be adding a pinch of sugar just to cut down on that acidity. I try not to add basil to my tomato soup. I think it just makes it a little too pasta saucy. I know. I mean, isn't it just pasta sauce? I'm not sure. That's probably a half teaspoon to a teaspoon. Hot. Off. Okay, so be careful when you're transferring hot liquid to a different area. Even if you put the lid on secure, I find it will jump up and burn the living daylights out of you. We don't want to do that. I'm going to add some pepper to this once it's in the Instapot. So what I do, and I've learned this the hard way, don't kid yourself. Take this, and you just put it around the top like it's like a little bandana on it. I'm going to put it on low. And then I'll just quickly put it on high to make it extra smoothie. Ready? The dog is so mad that I'm doing this today. Alright, let's do this. Do you know how to use your Instapot? Are you afraid of your Instapot? Did you get one as a Christmas gift or a wedding gift or a Boxing Day gift or a Yankee Swap, Secret Santa, Valentine's Day, Easter? Where did you get your Instapot from? I really actually like using this thing a lot. Manual, 30 minutes. This cheese, we have some room temperature butter, and my big secret is this bread that I found at the store. And it comes in this yellow packaging right here, and it has a word on it that I can't pronounce, and I tried pronouncing it before, and it just embarrasses me. So, like, if this is SCH, that's like the beginning of school. So we got sk, but then we end up with this crazy A and R. What is it? Here in Canada, it's $8 a bag, and for bread, that's up there. You can get an artisanal loaf of sourdough from a bakery for $5. Once you put that gluten-free little stamp on things, it just boop, 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 boop. I have 2 pieces of bread for 1 sandwich. I got my cheese. If you really need to watch me explain the grilled cheese, well, that's good then. We're starting slow for you. But here I am acting like I don't know how to do it. See, when your butter's room temperature, it just spreads nice. My Grammy would make me a grilled cheese for lunch with ruffled chips and a Diet Pepsi. See, if you do this and you let it hang over, it's going to be so ooey gooey. So I only have one side buttered up right now. I'm going to butter the other one once I flip it. Hear that? Ooh-hoo. I might want to turn this down a little bit. So I have one side in there, and I'm just going to butter up this other side. Do you like your grilled cheese smushed? I really like my grilled cheese smushed. I think there's even an episode of King of the Hill where Bobby Hill makes commentary about how a grilled cheese has to be flattened. This bread in the pan, I find it will toast a little bit quicker, so. Whoa. And the secret is to not let it slide off of itself. Now that we flipped it to the other side and the other side's toasting, this is when we're going to flatten it. And really give it a good obviously you can add bacon to this, you can add tomato to this, you can add ham. If it's getting a little hot, just take it off. And I might even want to give it a little flip over onto this side. And as you can tell, it looks pretty grilled cheesy for being a gluten-free one. Excellent. Let's take a look at this. Looks pretty good, huh? You wouldn't even know it was gluten-free. Let's get this little split. Oh, yes. And as you can see, a gluten-free grilled cheese like this would probably be $100 at a restaurant, but you made it in your house. And it tastes just like a grilled cheese. Look at it. Mmm. You can't see it. Mmm. Excellent. Mmm. Gluten-free grilled cheese with Instapot tomato soup. It's definitely tomato soupy and not pasta sauce. There's a very fine line between tomato soup and pasta sauce, and it's like, bye. Thanks for watching. See you next week.